What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and today we are in the Model X studios, the brand new Model X Plaid studios, and we are waiting for Tesla mobile service to arrive. We have an appointment where it says it's like from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., and right now it's 9:56 a.m., and we're just waiting for them to arrive. And the reason why they're coming out today is because I submitted a couple of issues that I've noticed after taking delivery, which is just the standard practice when uh, getting a Tesla. Like you don't get it fixed right then and there. You have to accept delivery, and then you have to schedule an appointment with Tesla service. Now the options that they have is you can bring in the car to the service center, which I've had done plenty of times in the past, and even after taking delivery, the initial service, they tell me to go bring it to the service center. But this time, the first service, they're actually sending out a mobile service to come out to the house, and I guess they can start working on certain things. I think they're gonna work on the door handle, the door button on the driver's side where the rubber piece is coming loose. And according to the invoice, they're just gonna replace it. That's one thing that Tesla does, is they don't really fix things, they just replace things. At least from my experience, from my situations that I've brought the cars in for service, they don't really fix, but they replace. So the other things I want them to check out are just the misalignments in the exterior. Everything seems to be working as expected, as intended, but I do just want them to note it just in case something were to happen in the future. The other thing I want them to check out is the glass between the tailgate and the Falcon doors on the driver's side. I don't know if it's a little off. I just don't want any leaking if it rains. In California, we don't get a lot of rain, but when it does, I mean, I just don't want that issue. If anything, maybe we'll spray the water hose on it or something. I don't know, just to check if there's any leaks. But there hasn't been any like road noise coming out of that area or wind noise coming out of that area. So I'm assuming it's sealed, but I'd rather have a Tesla service person to check it out. So we're waiting for them to come. Also, the Tesla wording on the back, that plastic piece or that carbon fiber piece, the adhesive is a bit loose, especially in hot weather. If you've checked out the previous video where we took a closer look at the Model X Plaid, I showed you some footage of it where I had the car parked outside under the sun, and that area seems to be a little loose when it's warm, or when it's hot actually. So we're gonna have them take a look at that. Also the A-pillar, we've had that issue in the past with the previous long-range Model X that we've had. Very similar issue where it's just not glued in all the way. I thought they were just gonna put an adhesive on there and call it a day, which is fine for me. That's cool, you know. But in the previous repair, they replaced it. That's what it said on the invoice. And so in the Plaid, similar issue with the A-pillar where it's loose. The driver's side is a little more apparent than the passenger side, but we're gonna see what they're gonna do. I don't know if mobile service can fix that. It's probably something that we'd have to probably do in the service center. But if they are gonna do anything with the Falcon doors, hopefully they don't, because it's fine. But if they insist, usually body work is done with a Tesla certified body shop. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for them to come. I haven't really found any other issues. There is some slight vibration on the accelerator when driving around 32 to 34 miles per hour from like I don't know if it's a cold battery, like when we just start using it for the day. But after a few minutes, it goes away. It's hard to replicate. It happens randomly. I'm only bringing it up because what I've seen online and what people have shared with vibrations, it may be motor related, but I'm not. I don't think it is. I'm gonna remain optimistic on this. I think it's just a weird anomaly. But it only has happened twice, and we are somewhere around the 200 miles that we've driven the car. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be optimistic. Man, I hope it's not. I hope it's not motor related. But yeah, it's only happened twice, and for like I don't know, a few minutes, like 2 to 3 minutes from a cold start or a cold battery that we just started using the first time during that day. But the rest of the day, nothing. It doesn't happen. So I may mention it to service, or I may add it towards the ticket, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Tesla just called. It is 11:15. They're on their way. So we're still within the time frame of 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So hopefully they'll allow me to record and share with you guys what's gonna happen during this mobile visit. All right, so Tesla service has arrived, 11:36 a.m. We went over the list of things to fix, and I asked if he was okay for me to record, and he's not comfortable with me recording. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. We did go over the list. The door handle, door button. He said, oh, I'm gonna be upset. I guess they gave him the wrong color. It's probably the chrome one, maybe the previous generation one. So I'm like, look, man, I'm probably gonna be one of your most easiest customers. I'm like, this is our 5th Tesla. I'm already used to it. As long as Tesla fixes and supports their product, you know, like I'm easy to get along with. So we're pretty much used to it, and we are planning to PPF it. All the things that we went over, let me know if it's something that Tesla will, for whatever reason, blame the shop if it's not fixed today. So then the next thing is the Falcon door. He said he may be able to align some things, and I told him, like, you know what, don't touch it, please. I just want you to have it in your notes. I'm fine with it, but we'll see. Shout out to Rashid. He did remind me to move the car in a flat surface if they are going to do any adjustments on the driveway. So thank you for that, Rashid. The charger port that's misaligned, he's going to try to adjust it. The glass between the Falcon door and tailgate, so it needs to go into service. I asked if it's something that a body shop, third-party body shop will handle, and he said that more than likely it's a Tesla thing, and Tesla will be the one to fix it. All right, so it's about 1:23 p.m. And the technician is done. He did as much repairs as he could. The A-pillars, he did adjust them. There was a clip not installed correctly or not lined up correctly, and he showed me the results. It's better, but there's still a like a gap. And if I remember correctly from our Model X long range, after they replaced it, it was stuck there, like it was on there. So he updated the ticket. Actually, there's gonna be a different ticket. We're gonna be going into the service center to get all the other issues addressed. I showed them the glass. They're going to test it with pressurized water, and he was saying that I shouldn't worry about any leaks. It should be sealed because there is a another layer underneath. So let's go and open the door. Okay, so the issue is this piece right here. And he was saying that underneath is another layer that pretty much seals everything up. This is just like an outside area. So if water were to get in there, it would just roll out. It'll come out here and it will still roll out. Or it'll roll out from the inner part of this glass and rolls down to the tailgate. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but pretty much he says that it isn't an issue as far as leaks are concerned. but definitely should be replaced. So they are gonna order that part. And I showed them the Falcon door on the passenger side, and he's like, I can adjust it. But I told him, you know what, no, just leave it alone because it's working. I just need you guys to note it. So he did note it. Okay, so the other issue is the Tesla on the back, on the tailgate, on the trunk. He saw it, and the adhesive actually was not even sticking on the I think they call it opaque or something. I don't know. But the adhesive is no longer sticking to that actual trim piece. And so the piece that he brought had two issues. Number one, it's the wrong one, as in it's the wrong year. It's last year's. So I have a picture of it side by side. I have the top one that came with the 2023, and then the one that he attached is for the 2022. One is like blacked out, and then the new ones are now chrome. But he brought the wrong one, plus the one that he brought, not only was it wrong, but it also had scratches. Man, props to this technician. He's very detailed. He actually inspected the replacement part. So not only did he notice that it was the wrong year, but there was a scratch that I probably wouldn't have noticed it, but he noticed it, and he was honest about it and told me right away. And so he asked, do you still want me to replace it? Even though it's the wrong part and it's a damaged part. And then he said, you know what, the right side of what you have on now is coming looser and looser, so we don't want it to be flapping and damage the trunk, or maybe even come off. I don't think it's gonna come off, but I think he was more concerned about it flapping and possibly scratching the trunk tailgate area. So and then they'll have more headaches with it. So he's like, you know what, if you don't mind me replacing it right now temporarily, even though it's scratched and it's the wrong year for it, then I'll do it. And I said, fine, that's fine. It's no big deal. I told him, like, I'm gonna be one of your easiest customers, because a lot of this stuff, like, look, if Tesla acknowledges it and fixes it, and you guys give me a loaner, like, I don't really care. I mean, I'm pretty flexible when it comes to it, because again, this is our 5th Tesla, and it's just what we get from the cars is a lot more than the headaches that we get. So I guess our threshold is a little higher than usual. Like, we can, we're fine with it, and plus I get to do content with it and share with you all the issues that may come or may not come, but what we've experienced. So I was like, yeah, it's fine, you can just do it. So that's on another line item for the next service that's going to be happening in the actual service center. They're going to go ahead and replace it and put the right one in there. So the other thing is the charge port where it's not lined up. He took a look and he said that he's gonna have to remove all this trim right here, and this bottom piece, because they're all connected, just to gain access to this part. And he's able to adjust the charge port. And so what worries me with that is, if you're going to remove all these trim pieces, would rattles now become an issue? Because our rattles haven't really rattled since day 2, I think. It's gone. So I don't know. What do y'all think? Is that something I could just ignore? I mean, I could ignore it. It's just, what if later on the alignment starts to scratch or starts to affect the opening of the port? Maybe not, I'm not really sure, but or take a chance, and because they're removing all these trim pieces, that it may start rattling, or I don't know. It's one of those tough decisions. But that's gonna be going to the service ticket to the service center in a couple of weeks. I kind of like sitting back here now. I wish my kids were old enough to drive me around. I'll probably hang out here in the third row and just chill. But yeah, so we have another appointment set up in a couple of weeks. I had to push it forward because we have a PPF appointment. I did mention to the technician that we're getting the car PPF, so hopefully these issues, Tesla's not gonna blame the shop like, oh, you know, it's doing that because the wrap shop or the PPF shop messed it up. So that's one of the goals that I wanted today, for them to note these issues that they are pre-existing and that existed before we took it to the PPF shop. But so far, I'm really confident with this build compared to our previous Model X. I really think this is a better build because right off the bat it was just mechanical issues from the day of delivery, and unfortunately we didn't notice it until we actually drove off the lot. But even if we did notice it in the lot, again, the way Tesla works is if you have to accept delivery before they could even schedule an appointment, or you could decline the delivery. But again, with how Model X's are built, what are the chances that the next one won't have any issues, have the same issues, or have a different issue? I don't know. I know someone in the Tesla community that is on their third Model X. They've gone through 2 buybacks already, and now she's like, man, this better work because I've already put in a lot of customization. She has a really nice Plaid. And I'll look for a picture and I'll post it up. But yeah, so she's on her third X. So these videos, I hope it's helpful to you all. The last 2 videos, I started to see people posting in the comments saying that they're like either they just took delivery of an X or an S Plaid. Like, I'm excited for you guys. Congratulations. These are not like bad cars if they work, and if there are issues, Tesla will take care of it for you, and if they can't, they'll buy it back. I mean, I'm speaking from experience. So what other company will do that? I mean, I'm sure other companies will do it, but there might be more of a hassle. So like today, once again, like they'll just replace. They won't even fix, they'll just replace. So they tried fixing the A-pillar, the trims, and he asked if I was okay with it. I'm like, I'm fine, but you know, I mean, if you just replace it, then you know, I'll be happier. He's like, okay, no problem. One thing he mentioned is the Tesla parts, because they're built in America, are actually inexpensive. It's the labor that costs more money because they're employees here in America, right? So that's why they lean towards just replacing parts, because parts are inexpensive. It's just the labor. So I'm confident. That's why we took delivery of the car, even with the issues that we spotted before taking delivery. I'm confident from experience that Tesla will fix it. It's just what it cost me is time, and fortunately, with my situation, I have remote days that I can take care of these issues. So if you were to ask about, oh, I'm worried about, you know, should I take delivery of a Plaid or an X or an S or any Tesla? I mean, as long as you have time to help them fix your issues, then these are great cars. I mean, and I'm not saying that, you know, all the cars are going to break, or all the cars are broken, or all the cars will have issues. There are plenty of people with Tesla that have no issues at all. And so I guess it's good that I have issues because I can share them with you. But yeah, I mean, I love these cars. And when we go to that service appointment, I will be documenting it and sharing with you guys. and go from there. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't checked out the canyon run I did with my Model Y Performance, please go check that out. And thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.